Now, you might have listened to all of that and just thought, what the f, Danielle? I don't have time to be doing that much stuff. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. Super excited today to dive into this conversation all about how we can use social media to grow our business. If you clicked on this video, you may have asked yourself these questions before. You know, how do I market my business to get more followers? How do I market my business to get more clients? How do I market my business to make more money? In this day and age, it seems like everyone on the internet is selling something, whether you're a yoga teacher, you're an electrician, you're a crafter, you're an artist, a therapist. Everyone everywhere is selling something. And further to this, maybe you feel as though whatever market you are in is already oversaturated and you have no chance in finding your corner of that market to make money for your own business. Maybe sometimes you feel like there's already too many people doing what you're doing. Maybe sometimes you find yourself wondering, how do I stand out in a sea of people that are already doing the same thing? Well, friend, if that's the case, do not worry because you are in the right place. What's up, friends? My name's Danielle, former 9-to-5er turned struggling entrepreneur turned successful yoga business owner turned talking head on the internet, here to teach you how to start and grow your own small business using social media. If you're struggling with social media for your business, particularly how to use social media to get clients in your business, you are in the right place. I want you to see the success that you desire in your business, and everything that I share in today's video is going to be actionable steps that you can implement right away. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. First, I want to talk about what you should be posting on social media. How do we create content that speaks to our ideal client? A couple weeks ago, I posted this video right here where I unearthed all of the most common marketing mistakes that I see and gave tangible advice that you could use to change the marketing strategy in your business. So if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch it. I also recently, just this past week, did a poll on Instagram where I asked people who own businesses what the hardest part of being a business owner was. And over a quarter of the people who replied to that story indicated that they struggle most with social media. So if you're new in business, or maybe you aren't new in business, you just quite aren't comfortable on social media yet. Maybe you don't have a system or a plan on how to show up on social media, so being consistent is really hard for you. Or maybe you're just really confused about what the you should be doing, and so you need some help to guide you through what to do next. Either way, let's just talk about that. How do we know what to post on social media? Honestly, you might not like this. You might have heard this a million times before, and you might want to roll your eyes when I say it, but knowing what to post on social media comes down to you really understanding what your niche is. And if you are struggling with figuring out what your niche is, again, I have this video that I came out with last week right here that walks you through step by step exactly how to determine your specific niche. Now, if you know your niche, you know your ideal client, and you're just not sure what kind of content is going to speak to them to get them to want to sort of buy into your business, then you're going to want to watch this video right here where I talk about what I would be doing if I was starting my business over from zero with 0 followers, 0 interest, and just completely from the beginning. This is going to be a good opportunity for you to really figure out what the grassroots problem is that you're facing on social media so you can figure out what you need to start posting. Essentially, we want to always be thinking about who our ideal client is, what problems they face, what questions they have about those problems, and what solution we have as the business owner to offer them to solve that problem. We should really stop thinking about our content as this machine that we're using to get more people into our business and into our audience, and instead start viewing it as an opportunity to help show up and offer that solution to the problem that our ideal client is facing. I'm currently working on a video that's really going to dive into the specifics of determining and working with our ideal client avatar. So if this is something you've been struggling with in your business, just stay tuned for that. It's coming soon. In terms of what type of content you should be posting, a lot of us are wondering, should I be making feed posts? Should I be posting on my stories? Should I be making Instagram reels, TikToks, Facebook groups? What should I be doing? And the reality is many of you aren't going to like this answer, but short form content is killing it online right now. Now, some of you here may or may not know this if you follow me on TikTok and you came to my YouTube channel from TikTok. I actually grew a pretty significant following of about 37,000 followers over on TikTok purely through relying on short form video. And a few weeks ago, I actually changed my content strategy on Instagram so that I no longer post any single feed post. I've just been posting reels consistently for about 2 to 3 weeks now. And with the exception of a few sponsored reels that I did, which always gets suppressed in the algorithm anyway, I've been seeing some really great results over on Instagram Reels. I have about 3,000 followers over on Instagram, and I'm seeing anywhere from 4,000 to 7,000 views per video. And I don't work at Instagram. I don't know anyone that works at Instagram, but from the research I've done, the videos I've watched, the rumors are that the more Instagram Reel content you produce, the more likely the Instagram algorithm is to push that content out to new audiences and get new eyes on your profile. And this strategy has actually helped me grow my Instagram engagement over 80% in the past 30 days, which is pretty good for organic Instagram reach. And further to this thought that short form content is really what's doing the work here on the internet these days is right here on YouTube. I started scheduling my TikTok videos to repost to YouTube Shorts every single day at 7 a.m. And I'm seeing on average about 2 to 4 new followers from each YouTube short that I'm posting. And again, all I'm doing is using a third-party app to download my reels, download my TikToks without the watermark, and then re-uploading them into YouTube Shorts. So it's very low effort, but it's yielding me pretty good results. And I've been able to grow my following here on YouTube from less than 100 subscribers to over 225 subscribers in just a couple months, which with YouTube is really not that bad. If you have questions about how to repurpose your content so you're not constantly spending hours creating new content, you can feel free to let me know in the comments below, or you can watch this video right here where I talk about my strategy for repurposing my YouTube videos into short form content. So we've dove into what to be posting online, but maybe you're still wondering where you should be posting that content. I actually got this comment right here over on TikTok last week from an individual who commented on a video where I was talking about how important it is for you to show up in the places that your ideal client is hanging out. Because if we're wasting time creating content on platforms where the people we're trying to talk to aren't even hanging out, what's the point? And so again, obviously understanding who your ideal client is really important, but also understanding where they're spending their time online becomes paramount when it comes to creating a social media strategy that's going to convert into paying clients. So I talked about this example in my response to this individual, and I was sharing this story about my parents. So obviously I know there are people in their 50s and 60s that are using the TikTok app. However, I know for a fact that my parents and my parents' friends are not those 50 and 60-year-olds on TikTok. Those people are hanging out on Facebook. And so if I was going to create a product that I was going to market to my parents and their friends, I would be putting my marketing efforts into Facebook content and not spending my time creating TikToks that they're never gonna see. So it's really important that you understand, again, who is your ideal client? How do they spend their day? Where are they making their purchasing decisions? What are they doing in their spare time? And what apps are they hanging out on? And if you're still really unsure and you're like, Danielle, I don't know where my ideal client is hanging out, that's why I'm asking you, it might just come down to doing some experimentation, posting on a few different social media apps and seeing which ones gain traction. But once you figure out which social media channels are working for you, I encourage you to, like I always say, double down on what's working. Put your effort into creating the best content you can for one or maybe two platforms and leave the other platforms as an afterthought. So in my business, for example, I really focused all of my effort into Instagram because it was where I was most comfortable, and then TikTok because it's where I was gaining the most traction. It took me almost 2 years to start this YouTube channel after I started to see traction on those two spaces. And once I really got into a system of creating content for Instagram and TikTok, and I had the capacity to add YouTube to my repertoire. And so for me, apps like Twitter and LinkedIn are afterthoughts. If I have time, I'll post there, but it's not a priority. And I'm actually in the process of hiring a virtual assistant whose sole focus is going to be creating that TikTok and LinkedIn content for me because I just don't have the time. And again, that's not the place where my ideal client is necessarily hanging out, but I might be able to reach a broader audience if I expand my horizons. Knowing what type of content is one thing, knowing where to post it so that it's actually going to be seen by the people we're trying to talk to is a completely different story. So show up, be patient. Remember, virality should never be the goal. It's just simply not a realistic strategy. Be honest with yourself about what is working and what's not working, and pivot if you need to. It's okay to move your efforts from Facebook to TikTok, to Instagram. Just give yourself some time to figure out whether or not you're just being impatient or whether it's actually not working. Okay, so by now we know what to post, we know when to post. Now you might be wondering, how often should I be posting? And for this, I'm gonna share what my current strategy is. This is not to say that you have to copy this and the only way to be successful is to do exactly what I'm doing. I just wanna share this as a frame of reference for you to see what a creator of my size is up to. Again, this is just what is currently working for me. So on TikTok, I'm posting a feed video 1 to 2 times a day, 7 days a week. I try to post on stories every day, but that hasn't really been working out for me. Basically, with my longer form content, I will do 1 day a week where I sit down and record all of my videos, and then another day a week where I sit down and edit all those videos, and then I have all of my content for the next 7 days, so I'm not having to open my phone and record a new TikTok every single day. However, that being said, as questions on videos start to roll in throughout the week, I will also randomly film responses here and there just to add to that content repertoire. Over on Instagram, I'm posting 1 Instagram reel Monday through Friday, and then I'm also posting multiple stories each day, Monday through Friday. If I have time on the weekends, I will post Instagram stories, but I never really post to my feed or post Instagram reels on the weekends. I'm actually working on perfecting my Instagram story strategy, so if that's something you'd be interested in seeing in a video, let me know in the comments below. And then for YouTube, like I mentioned in the last part of this video, I post to my YouTube shorts every single morning. And to do that, I just download my TikToks and my Instagram reels once a month without the watermark. I sit down and I pre-schedule all of that content to release daily throughout the month. And then of course, I post a full-length video just like this one every Friday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. And those are either batch filmed ahead of time, or a lot of the times, honestly, I'm just scrambling on like Wednesday of that week to get the video done, edited, and uploaded. And then lastly, I have my email list, who I send an email to every week. If you're not on my email list, you can sign up for it by registering for the free business checklist listed in the description of this video. But essentially, I just take the summary from my YouTube videos, transcribe it into an email, and send that out as helpful business information every Friday morning to my email list. And like I mentioned before, TikTok and LinkedIn I will post to occasionally when I have time. I'm in the midst of hiring someone who's going to do that for me, but right now it's just not a priority. Now, you might have listened to all of that and just thought, what the f, Danielle? I don't have time to be doing that much stuff. And that's okay. Listen, maybe you have a job, you're a mom, you're working full time, you're running a business, you're taking care of the house, you're on the go, you're a student. You know, we all have so much to do in the day. I started my first blog and my first podcast back when I had a full-time 9-to-5 job, so I totally get it. I was literally recording podcast episodes from the front seat of my car. I would spend every lunch break writing out Instagram captions on my phone. It was wild. And what helped me the most in that period of time was having a plan for my content. At that point, my priority was just making sure that I was showing up to my Instagram feed. This was back in 2016, 2017, so Instagram Reels weren't a thing back then. But I wanted to make sure that I was posting to my feed every single day. And so I would sit down once a week and I would map out, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. These are the posts that I'm going to make. These are the captions I'm going to do. And then I would schedule it all using an app like Planoly or Later. And so still, even with that, you might be thinking like 5 days a week is way too much for me. That is okay. The important part in this step of the process is not so much showing up every day, so much as being realistic with yourself about how often you can show up. So obviously in this day and age, a lot of the algorithms are favoring people who are producing a lot of content. I think that the concept of quality over quantity still speaks true. So we want to make sure of 2 things: that we're being realistic with ourselves and our expectations, and that we're not sacrificing quality in hopes of just constantly showing up every day. And consistency over time, again, even if we can only show up every day, twice a week, whatever that is so much more valuable than just randomly showing up for 3 days and then ghosting for 5 and then showing up for 2 and being kind of all over the place. Your audience wants to know what to expect from you. And I actually use this example in my YouTube video. So I would love to say that I'm going to post 2 YouTube videos a week, but I know realistically I can only guarantee that I can make 1 video a week and it can come out on Fridays. So I don't want to tell my audience, hey, check for 2 YouTube videos every week, when I know that I can't uphold that commitment. So what is a posting schedule that you could stick to? Can you batch create your content maybe once every week or once every 2 weeks for the next 7 or 14 days. Be honest with yourself and just do what is going to work for you in the long term. It's always better to be able to start small and be able to grow piece by piece from there. As we become more confident and more comfortable with creating content and having a schedule, it then becomes a lot easier to add more to our plate. So just remember, showing up is the most important part consistently, even if it's only one time per week. You can do it. Lastly, and very briefly, I've talked about this in other videos, but it's a really important piece, so I didn't want to leave it out. We want to make sure that your profile is optimized to grow your business. The use of SEO, search engine optimization, on both TikTok and Instagram are two of the most underutilized things, and so I really think it's important that we address it. We want to make sure that our accounts are searchable in the algorithm. I see all too often that people either don't have their name in their headline or they don't have what they do. So if you look at me on Instagram or you look at me on TikTok, it's very clear that my name is Danielle Ryan and I specialize in small business. So whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, you want to make sure that if people were to search your name or search your job title, there is a possibility that you are going to show up. More and more people are relying on apps like Instagram, like TikTok, to use as a search engine. And so it's really important that you're not missing this opportunity to show up in that search. I actually explain the process of fully optimizing your profile in this video right here. So if you have a moment and this is something that you're struggling with, I definitely recommend you check out that video. By now, I hope you're feeling at least a little bit more confident in what to post, where to post, and when to post it. I know this was a lot of information, so if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and you have any questions at all, you can feel free to drop those down below in the comments. As a business owner, I know how overwhelming social media can be. Like, I'm not here to be a marketer. I'm here to sell my product, right? So if content creation is the thing that you're hung up on, this might be for you. My small business Instagram planner is going to walk you step by step through the exact process that I use to grow my social media for my business, and I have it available to you right now for just $9.99. It includes all my content planning spreadsheets, caption examples, and more, so just click the link in the description of this video for more information. And in other news, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, find me on Instagram and TikTok where I'm sharing daily tips on how to start and grow your own small business. I'll see you next week.